everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Bears going up against the Eagles. On the call here tonight, let's send it out to our guys in the booth. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And here's a look at the starting offense. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Offense. Still 2nd down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Let's go! 3-19! They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Surveying the field. Great protection. And able to complete it to Green Beckham. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
He's got time. Green Beckham has it over the middle. And he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
A first down throw for Brissett. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 on the gain there, and it'll be a Chicago first down. They'll run it here. This is James White. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
A second down throw for Brissett. And a dump off to White. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They stay on the ground with White. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Brissett now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First carry now for Jordan Howard. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Yeah, quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's caught at the 2. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They'll go with the keeper, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jacoby Brissett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. So it was 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? The starting 11 defensively for the Bears.
Kyle Fuller is one of those new breed, complete defensive backs. Eager to tackle, but a better cover man.
Second down following the run. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Pernell McPhee in there on the stop.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It appears they'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. Third down now following the run. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. But they've got a 3rd and inches coming up, trying to keep the chains moving.
Roger. I know he ain't got it. Now let's go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. We put our attention now on the Eagles' defense. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, Think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
The drive starts with a run by White. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Here we go.
They keep it on the ground. White again. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Now a carry for White. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett goes underneath here to White. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on third.
Thinking pass all the way.
On third down, Brissett. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football. Not easily done in today's NFL.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
A lot of teams love to throw screen passes. They want to tire out defenses because they make them run a lot. But there are a lot of moving parts on a play for an offense when they call that one. Because you got the linemen that have to move. You have the wide receivers have to get out and vacate. You get the running back that's got to make a little fake and then get out into the route. And, of course, the quarterback, he's got to hold in there and know he's probably going to take a big hit before he lofts the screen off to the back. Why didn't he catch it? That's all he needed to do for them to be successful.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Wentz toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Green Beckham has it over the middle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
I got a left. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Now Wentz. Complete on the right side to Green Beckham. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Wins to throw again. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. And Santos able to put this one up. And through, it's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So holding by the offense and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. A great read, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
To throw is Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going.
4 down, 4 down. Let's go. 1, 9.
Brissett now on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Brissett on 3rd and 2. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at about the 14. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check. Yeah, that's perfect. 2, Davis, deep. Hey, I got to go. Okay, and sorry about that. Didn't know Larry got cut off early. We are back and ready for the third quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
It's a gain of 17 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down.
Another good run there, and now we're seeing an offense that's imposed its will on a defense. When we talk about that all the time, what does it really mean? It means that the guys on the offensive line, they feel like they can do whatever they want. They're in the huddle saying, run it again. Give us another chance to smack someone and create some space. On the defensive side of the ball, not only have they imposed their will against you, you're almost powerless to figure out what you're doing there, but you got to keep your spirit up at the same time, and they're taking that too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and All I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels: defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level's leading your team in tackles, as a general rule, things aren't going so well for your defense.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day, get the blocker away, and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
All right, now, look at this.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll run with White. Room here to run. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And with this drop-off from last week, you know, a guy of his caliber, he doesn't take this very well, does he?
No, not at all. And right now it's a matter of who wants to even be around him at this point and who can be around him, maybe to help him settle down or just to listen to him a little.
The big fella, touchdown, Chicago. Their big tight end, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a bit closer. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point try now for Walsh. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And
a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target. No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Brissett on 4th down. Flushed out right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
And he's able to put it through. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Bears defense as they head out to set up shop now. They're trailing on the scoreboard last time, able to force the fumble. I'm sure they'd like to do that again.
That's exactly right, because what they did last time is help them stay in this game. Being opportunistic, taking the ball away, that can help keep a game tight.
Yeah, we'll see if they can be opportunistic here. They'll be looking to force another turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. The numbers tell the story. Not the best start, but it's not often how you start, it's how you finish. And since that start, he's been good.
Can you just imagine what was going on in the locker room with the defensive coordinator? Because things were working so well. His game
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Alex Okafor in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Come on, let's go.
A second down throw for Brissett. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The touchdown, Chicago. Their dangerous wide receiver, 83 yards. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Dorial Green-Beckham, and it's 4th and 3.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Come on, let's go.
Second down, Brissett. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Here's Brissett. Wide open receiver complete. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bears have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's got time in the pocket. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the fourth quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one. Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Finding time. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved.
False start, offense. Still 1st down.
The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down and 15. Again, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver, because you got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone, sometimes you're throwing it between the zones, sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
2nd down now after the pass completion. They come out here in the eye. Now Wentz again. Over the middle, Julian Edelman. It's complete. And the ball is knocked out, but I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was, and Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
On second down, Smallwood. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Most players will tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. You got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, has he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
So 2nd and goal here from the 9. They try again with Smallwood. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. They come out here in the eye.
Green 39! Green 39!
Wentz now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete. Jordan Matthews, the one he was looking for. And it's 4th down.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, and that'll bring him back within a point. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal, and if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good mystery novel, and I have a feeling we've got a few more twists and turns in store for us before they shake hands here.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Here's White. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They come out here in the eye. Now White. 10 yards on the pickup there, and that leads to a Chicago first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bears, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.